Have you ever looked in the mirror, not just at your reflection, but deeper? Have you ever paused, placed your hand over your chest, and quietly asked, "How much time do I have left?" It's not a morbid question. It's a deeply human one. Most of us grow up thinking life is a long road, stretching endlessly ahead. But one day, often quietly, you realize that road is no longer endless. Time starts to feel more precious. You begin noticing little things, a change in your energy, the way your body moves, the way it heals. And sometimes, you wonder if your body is trying to tell you something. What if these little things, these whispers, aren't just coincidences? What if they're signs? Today, we're diving into 5 deeply personal and scientifically backed signs that can offer insight into how well your body is aging, and how many years of strength, vitality, and connection you may still have. But this isn't just a list of facts. This is a wake-up call, an invitation, a reminder that life isn't just about the years you live, it's about the life you place inside those years. Let's take this journey together. And as we do, keep this in mind. It's never too late to rewrite your ending. 1. Your hands are talking. Grip strength and the fight to hold on. There's something profoundly human about a handshake. It's how we greet, connect, and say goodbye. But beyond its symbolism, your grip can actually reveal the state of your internal health. Think about that. Something as ordinary as the strength of your hands could be a reflection of your heart, your circulation, your nervous system. Linda Pearson, 76 years old from Flagstaff, Arizona, used to fix anything around the house. Wrenches, garden tools, jars, nothing fazed her. But one day, while trying to open a pickle jar for her granddaughter, she realized her hands had changed. They trembled. The strength was gone. And more than that, she felt it inside. What we now know is that grip strength isn't just about muscles. It's linked to inflammation levels, heart function, brain activity, and even survival rates after surgery. One study found that weaker grip strength was more predictive of early mortality than high blood pressure. But there's beauty in this too, because it's one of the easiest things to turn around. Linda began squeezing a racquetball each morning, doing light arm curls with soup cans while watching her favorite shows. Slowly, her confidence returned, not just in her grip, but in herself. The will to hold on had come back. Ask yourself, when was the last time you reached for something and felt strong doing it? If that strength is fading, maybe it's not just about your hands. Maybe it's about your hope, your confidence, your sense of control. 2. Slowing down? Your walking speed is a life compass. There's a moment, subtle but unforgettable, when you realize you're no longer walking as fast as you used to. Maybe it's when your grandchild skips ahead of you and you can't catch up. Or when crossing the parking lot feels like a challenge. But here's what most people don't realize. Your walking speed is a clear snapshot of your total health. James Holloway, 81, from Madison, Wisconsin, remembers hiking up trails in Devil's Lake with his wife every autumn. Now, walking down his driveway feels like a marathon. He tells himself it's just age, but the truth is, his pace is a reflection of what's happening inside. Doctors call walking speed the 6th vital sign for a reason. It's connected to heart health, balance, lung strength, and brain function. A slower pace often signals weakening leg muscles, loss of coordination, and early signs of cognitive decline. But here's the emotional toll. When you slow down, the world feels like it speeds up. You feel left behind, invisible. And that's not just physical, it's psychological. But James made a choice. He got a walking buddy, his neighbor's golden retriever, Rusty. They started with just 100 steps a day, then 200. Now, he's walking to the post office again. Small steps can rebuild not just your body, but your belief in yourself. 3. When breath is no longer easy. What shortness of breath might be saying? Have you ever had to pause halfway through a sentence just to catch your breath? Have you noticed that stairs feel steeper, walks feel longer, and conversations more exhausting? Teresa Nolan from Spokane, 78 years old, remembers laughing so hard with her sister that they had to gasp for air. Now, just talking too long leaves her lightheaded. Shortness of breath isn't always dramatic. Often, it sneaks up on you. But it's more than fatigue. It could be a warning from your heart, your lungs, or your circulation system. Science tells us that oxygen is life. When your body doesn't get enough of it, everything slows down. Your thinking, your energy, your recovery. But it's not just medical, it's emotional. Teresa once said, "I feel like I'm shrinking, like the world is getting bigger than me." That sense of shrinking, that fear, can become paralyzing. But only if we let it. She took action. Her doctor recommended a pulmonary rehab group. She started practicing breathwork every morning. Deep, slow inhales, with intention. Now, she says, breathing is my daily ritual. It reminds me I'm still here. So ask yourself, do you feel like your breath is shorter than it used to be? If yes, don't ignore it. Investigate it. Because every deep breath is a gift, and you deserve to take many more. 4. The skin that doesn't heal, when healing slows, look deeper. Charles Dempsey, 83, used to joke that he was tough as nails. But after bumping his leg on a garden bench, the bruise didn't fade for weeks. A tiny scratch from pruning roses lingered for over a month. That's when his daughter grew concerned, and with good reason. You see, your skin doesn't lie. If it's healing slowly, it might mean your immune system is struggling, or that your circulation isn't strong enough to deliver nutrients and oxygen where they're needed. But it's more than physical. When your skin stops healing, you might begin to feel vulnerable, fragile, like your body is giving up on you. Charles described it like this: "Before, I was a fortress. Now, I feel like a paper house in the rain." But that's not the end of his story. He started daily walks, swapped processed food for berries and leafy greens, made hydration a ritual, and he noticed change, not overnight, but over weeks. His skin healed faster. But more importantly, so did his confidence. Remember this: your skin is your body's storyteller. And if it's taking too long to heal, that story might be saying, "Help me from the inside out." 5. The vanishing pounds, when weight loss isn't good news. Carmen Alvarez, 80, used to love Sunday breakfasts, blueberry pancakes with extra syrup. But over the last few months, she found herself skipping meals. Nothing tasted right. Her clothes hung loose, and her face began to look hollow. Friends told her she looked great, but she didn't feel great. That's the danger of unintentional weight loss. In older adults, sudden weight loss can mean muscle loss, malnutrition, digestive issues, or worse, an undiagnosed illness. But here's the emotional side. Carmen said, "I didn't feel like myself anymore. I felt like I was slowly fading away." And that's what makes this sign so important. When you begin losing weight without trying, you're not just shedding pounds. You may be losing strength, resistance, and vitality. Carmen worked with a nutritionist. She began drinking smoothies with protein, adding healthy fats to her meals, and even started light strength training. And slowly, the light returned to her eyes. She said, "I'm no longer disappearing, I'm reappearing." We've talked about hands that lose strength, feet that slow down, lungs that struggle, skin that won't heal, and pounds that vanish. But underneath all of that is one message. Your body is trying to talk to you. Are you listening? Aging isn't something that happens to us, it's something we go through. And how we go through it is up to us. Maybe this is your moment. Not to fear the future, but to face it with courage. Not to give in, but to lean in. Not to just grow older, but to grow stronger, smarter, and more grateful. Because the truth is, it's never too late to begin again. Thank you for joining us today. If any of this resonated with you, if you saw a piece of yourself in these stories, leave a comment below. Share one thing you'll do differently after watching this. We read every word, and your voice matters. If you found this video meaningful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. Until next time, take care of your body, and listen closely. It's always speaking to you, and you still have time to answer back.